Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to investigate a compromised Windows account using Splunk. Let's take an example. You are monitoring a Windows environment when you notice something odd that one of the user just log in from a different geographical location. As a security analyst, when you see such event, it is really an odd behavior that a user cannot log in from a different IP on a regular interval of time. In this one, you can see that a user is try to log in from this IP first, then this is the different IP address, this different IP. So around different six IP address, he is trying to log in into the Windows machine. And okay, so what are the next step that you are going to take to investigate, and if it found really suspicious, how to mitigate? Okay, in this one, the user is actually admin underscore jamin, which we are going to investigate for. Okay, so we are going to investigate for this user if he is trying to log in from which location and the suspicious behavior of him. Splunk. In the Splunk, we are going to first add all the logs which are related to the Windows. So let's add the data. This is nothing but the ingesting the data of a Windows. Going to select the file. This file I am going to also add in the resource section. So if you want to even analyze this particular file, you can have it in the resource sections below. Now let's take a next. I'm going to save this Windows security, Windows underscore security, save. And I'm going to do the next. Well, keep the default index as it is, going to review. Yeah, so we are good to go with all this field, and I'm going to start searching. So around 150 events, which is for different account like admin, jamin, user, backup, user 01. Then we even have different source IP as well. Investigating this for admin underscore jamin. So our user, a suspect user is admin underscore jamin. So with the applying the right SPL query, we are going to investigate the pattern of login from this user. So I'm going to add this user account name is equal to admin underscore jamin. Around 39 events we got for this user. Now, when we talk about the logon, when any user login into the Windows machine, the event which will be captured as a event ID number 4624. In Windows, every event, login, log off, successful login, this kind of events are actually marked as one of the event ID. You can see the event code right now as 468 4688, sorry. You can see some of the event like 4688, 4625, 4634. One any person when he try to log in, then the event code will be generated as an 4624. Okay, so what we are looking for a next SPL query is 4624. So I'm going to add event code as 4624. So out of 39, we got 29 events which are for successful logon for this user. Now, if you see the interval when he tried to log in, you can see first login was attempted at 6:05 a.m. Then immediately after 6:25, 6:40, 6:45 might be the user log in or log out, but this interval is really looking suspicious. So what I'm going to do the next, I'm going to search for the source IP from which it is trying to log in. So my if you closely look the source IP address from the interesting field what Splunk has already taken out, Click on this source IP. Okay, click on this source IP. You can get the some of the top values, that these are the different location from the user has tried to. This is really not an obvious behavior, because this different IP address shows some different pattern of a logon message. Particular user's account has been compromised, and this activity is really suspicious. You can even create a table. So in the table format, it will be even easily we can identify the regular interval of time that the user has login from which location, the user has login from which IP address, at what time. Obviously it is showing in this one, but if we have that in the table format, it will be even much more easily can be extracted. So I'm going to add one more query, which is table, which tell me the time, which even tell me the account name, which even tell me the source IP address from which the user has logged in, and hit enter. So clearly show you that a user has login from which IP address and on which time. You can see the interval is like 30-minute, 20-minute. This is a suspicious behavior. So what will be the next step that you should take in order to mitigate? In order to mitigate, you can disable this account or you can reset its password. We can check for all the lateral movement for this event ID 4624, which we already done. We can review the account usage in the AD active directory log as well. I hope this video found you how you are going to use the right SPL query in order to investigate this kind of issues. Thank you so much for watching this. See you in the next.